Edward Albee Foundation is pretty much an artist residency, a one-month-long artist residency in Montauk, in this big barn that he bought with the funds from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. And basically you just go for a month and work undisturbed in a quiet, beautiful barn for a month. And Edward brings the mail every morning and pops his head in the door just to make sure that you're working. And so it's great to have Edward Albee deliver you your mail. That's sort of a great thing. So it's pretty much just uninterrupted work time is what the foundation is, in a very beautiful barn. I've been in kind of rigorous undergrad for the past 2 years, and something I've learned is that undergraduate school is a bad climate for writing plays. You sort of need absolute silence and not a lot of people around you. So in that respect, that's what the foundation is made for, so that's why I'm really excited to go back. I first met Edward Albee when I came to New York to do the In the Studio performance with YoungArts, and when I found out that I was getting to go to In the Studio, I emailed YoungArts and said, I know you guys have connections with Edward Albee, is there any way you guys can set up a meeting? And within the next day, somebody had already emailed me back saying, yes, we've set up a master's class for you in Albee's loft. So me and all the other writers got to go to his house and workshop artwork with him, and that was the first time that I met him. He was really receptive to my writing. He really liked it, and sort of towards the end of our time together workshopping with YoungArts, he asked if anybody had any other questions, and I said, well, I'd love to talk to you about Samuel Beckett because you're kind of like 1 degree from Samuel Beckett. And he said, well, why don't we have a private conversation about Samuel Beckett? So I came back to his loft the next day and we talked for 2.5 hours about Beckett, and then all of a sudden I was in this sort of mentorship with him. And I was his assistant for a semester at University of Houston, and I've just been working on a pretty close one-on-one mentorship with him for the past basically 3 years, so it's been pretty amazing. I'm coming from a very kind of radical, experimental playwriting background. We're doing very short plays, 1-minute kind of physical theater. And what Edward kind of brought out of me is this kind of professional 2-hour-long 3-act playwright that I didn't realize that I had in me. His advice is always to hear and see your characters before you ever write anything down. So if anything, he's made me a very patient writer. Rattlestick Playwrights Theater is in the Village in New York, and it's I think one of the theaters that has the most integrity as far as their fidelity to playwrights and their work. And their Good Plays Festival is a summer-long festival that's free. But for me, getting to be included in that reading was huge, and all of a sudden I was working with some of my favorite actors in the city. A lot of the cast from David Cromer's Our Town was in my production. The play that I did in the festival was the play that I wrote at the Edward Albee Foundation, which is called A House Should Have the Look of Shelter. So it was great because Edward really kind of shepherded me to getting the reading and sort of made the connections to make it happen. So it was huge, and it was also, you don't really know what you're doing as a playwright until you finally hear the words coming out, and so it was pretty cathartic to finally get to hear the words coming from some of my favorite actors. So I would like to maybe get a production and move up from the reading stage, but that's kind of the plight of the young playwright, is being workshopped and read a lot, but hopefully a production is on the way. The next project, like my dream project, is to make a play with Tyler, the creator from Odd Future, about Casey Anthony, which is not, I don't know Tyler, the creator, but you know, YoungArts does a lot of connecting, so I've been thinking about this a lot lately, and actually I think that actually a healthy drive for being famous is really healthy for a young writer, and I think that you have to have a healthy narcissism that what you're writing and what you're producing is important and good enough for people to see it. And I think it's just knowing that you have to get your work to other people. So I would say a healthy kind of lust for fame and acceptance is a really good thing to have, I think, as a young writer, because you'll be rejected so many times that you have to have a lot of self-esteem in your back pocket. The writers are always being censored, so it's obvious that what they're saying is very powerful and dangerous, and I think that those are the ideas that have to come out, are the very dangerous ones.